Let's start with Optus. The outage today, and after all of Optus's mobile and NBN services went down in the early hours of this morning, the disruption to business and also to our community was immediate and it was profound. Optus was slow to give details about what actually went wrong. It's the Chief Executive, Kelly Bayer-Rosmarin, did speak with ABC and later other radio stations, essentially to stress the incident was not a hack like it suffered last September.
There is no indication that there's anything to do with cyber at this stage. Our systems are actually very stable. We provide great coverage to our customers. This is a very, very rare occurrence. And when I have more information about the root cause, I will be the first to let all our customers know.
But look, this outage really does show just how sensitive our economy and our communities are to a robust telecommunications system. And that's what Optus has to answer. Few examples for you. Metro trains in Melbourne went out, disrupting business and commuters trying to get to work this morning. What does a public holiday in Melbourne cost, actually? And who pays for that? That's really important here. We found others as well. The biggest online stockbroker, CommSet, couldn't operate because it needs to send out codes to customers' phones in order for trades to be verified. Guess what they use? Optus. There was a kids' helpline impacted by the Optus outage, encouraging people to contact them via web chat if they could get internet, of course. There was 000 calls out being out. Then there were bank websites that lost functionality as a result of Optus and its problems. The Commonwealth Bank and ANZ were among those. Some suggest the Optus problem, deep in its core, was about so-called border gateway protocols, the way that internet traffic is shipped around the world to other sites. In other words, acknowledging addresses. But having last year suffered one of our biggest hacks in Australian history, 10 million customers' data stolen by criminals, this was the last thing that Optus's reputation needed. So just how bad is it, and can it get any worse? Michelle Levine is the Chief Executive of Roy Morgan Research, which measures companies' reputations. I spoke to her a little earlier.
Well, Optus is a fragile brand as we speak today, and I'd have to say it's not the brand that was looking for a problem like this. So Optus, as you mentioned, really distrust soared with the breach, and it was just beginning to recover. We were seeing some green shoots, but I think this will definitely send people's distrust through the roof again.
And we should not underestimate the fact that corporate reputation does have consequences for sales. It has consequences for deals that companies can do. So this is where an outage such as this may just tip customers over the edge.
Well, this is an amazing outage, and you know Roy Morgan's an Optus shop, so we've been in damage control all day, and I think you'll have companies all around Australia in damage control. So it's not necessarily even blaming Optus, but it's a real shock, and we're really feeling foolish to have trusted that Optus had the kind of backup that we needed, and I think that people and companies will really be feeling very nervous about their telcos in general. This is almost like a science fiction shock that we've experienced today with all the implications.
So just one aspect of this, I mean, how quickly can a company recover its reputation? You know, we know that it's a little over 12 months ago that the hack occurred. That would have actually dented people's confidence in that brand. So, you know, to have this then occur not 12 months later, that really has got to be another blow to the business.
Yeah, it will be a blow to the business. One of the things that's really important whenever something catastrophic like this or a breach happens is to, as quickly as possible, to communicate with people, with customers, and tell them as much as you know, as quickly as you possibly can. So any attempt to minimise the problem is going to backfire. And I think Optus will be looking to see, have we come clean really quickly? Are we telling people everything they need to know? And that's probably the best thing that they can do, because if customers see transparency, complete transparency and honesty, they will feel much more trusting of a brand. And I have to say, the other thing that if I were in Optus's shoes, I'd be taking guidance from the fact that when there's a problem, it also represents an opportunity to help customers through that problem. So if Optus is able to very quickly get in and understand the consequences for their customers of this problem, help them resolve those and be part of the solution, rather than just the problem, that will give them a much better chance to be successfully able to regain trust.
Okay, go back to last year. You could argue that hackers got in. Now, whether they had lax systems or not, hackers got in and stole the data. This time, this outage, they can't blame anybody except themselves and their own systems. That's key too.
Well, perhaps, look, I'm not sure about that, and maybe you know more than I do. I've been trying to understand what actually went wrong, but to some extent, yes, whoever's to blame, we've put our confidence in Optus, and they are the ones that will have to take responsibility for their customers' pain as a result of this. And in fact, more than their customers, you know, people who were catching trains and things. Optus is now right up there and has irritated a whole lot of people who are both customers and not customers. So they've got a lot of work to do, but seriously, honest communication is the first thing. And then hopefully they will be looking to how can they assure people that the backups will be there for the future? Because I think if we thought this could happen again or is going to consistently happen, we'd be really nervous.
Michelle Levine, Chief Executive of Roy Morgan Research, many thanks for your time today.
Thank you.